So I always tell them, I don't know if I can abuse on camera, but I'll say, fuck Bangalore, fuck Chennai. Man. People will be like, I want to come to Kochi and perform and go.
Yeah.
So you want to build that up. So with me, there are people who are performing who are like CEOs of companies, CEOs, like really big people. They perform because for them, it's like, I never got a chance to do that art.
What do you want to tell to all the artists out there?
I would be like, there is so much of opportunity now to grow as an artist. You'll keep reinventing it. You see any company, they are constantly, they change their logo every few years.
That's very important.
So one thing I found out, maybe we fight with each other, but there is so much of trust.
What is the happiest part of all of this?
Oh, okay. So that was, so Juben is a sound engineer, okay, and he put these speakers. So normally when as a sound, I am not a sound person. So now mind, when you put speakers, you're like, you should be all over the space and all. He's like, no, from yours and all. I said, sure. He said, yeah, sure, don't worry. Quality will be very good. Oh, okay. So we put these speakers here and all, and then we did an open mic for music. So the music open mic, when we did the first one, okay, and when people came on stage to perform, the performance was so crisp and clear that we all had goosebumps coming out because the singing, the music, the way it played, how people watching them on stage bring out, and it was very funny. We had one guy, I think he worked with PWD department, but he was a talented singer. Like he could sing Elvis songs. He got trained in the Trinity School of music, and he sang so well. Like he was so happy that, oh, I can now do this here. Even if I can't make a career out of it, at least I can come here, do a performance, and get feedback, and I go. So I think watching that grow as you grow. So one of the biggest things with any business is that people want to come and stay with you. Like you take a business like, let's say, a McDonald's. Similarly, we want to build a space where people want to keep coming back. They want to come back, oh, let's go to Spotlight. So the idea was that this space should be having events, workshops, performances going on, that people will be like, hey, what do you want to do today? Oh, let's go to Spotlight. Because something will be happening. So our vision is eventually to reach that point where it becomes like, oh, let's go to Spotlight. They probably have.
They should have something or the other.
Yeah, like you look at a movie, you're like, oh, I want to go for a movie. So
Yeah, that's what you think.
Yeah, and you'll be like, I want to go for a movie, and that's become the standard, right?
Yeah.
Now people are slowly moving into performing arts. They're like, I want to watch a music show. I want to watch a comedy setup. I want to listen to a poetry storytelling workshop. So I think that is why we want to reach that point.
And what do you think about the artists in as they grow up, as they start to believe in themselves and having a stage like this? What are you observing them?
I am observing that a lot of them have been locked up. Like, in India, normally you doctor, engineer, medicine, this is the process you follow. Lawyer, do commerce. But there is nobody focusing, saying, oh, follow performing arts. Very rare, you see. So I feel a lot of people, their talents were locked up when they went into making money and getting a job. But now when this place opened up, then they feel like, oh, now I can come and do what I do. I do, and like in Dubai, I do stand-up comedy there. So there, nobody knows me as Spotlight or anybody. I'm just a normal performer. So with me, there are people who are performing who are like CEOs of companies, CEOs, like really big people. They perform because for them, it's like, I never got a chance to do that art. Let me do it now. So that way, we noticed a lot of artists in Kochi who had passion for things now have an opportunity to revisit it again, and maybe see it as a career opportunity. Maybe I can make money out of it. The idea is that the art form should be able to give you money. And it needs spaces like this. It needs communities that are there to support you, and not just support you out of empathy, support you because of your talent. And be like, oh, wow, this guy is great. I hope that artist becomes great. So to keep a space consistently, and you need a space like this that people can come and practice, try it out, keep doing it, and keep continuously doing it.
And that's how audience will also understand, okay, this is something which can make you feel good and worth the time and money.
Yes.
Right? Like we go to the movies.
Exactly.
We don't know exactly how the movie is going to turn out, but we know that, that is something which is going to make you feel something.
But this is so much better than movies.
Yeah, totally.
Because in the movie, if it's a bad movie, you can't even say anything to director and producer because you're not there, right? Here is bad, you just throw on. No, but at least you can interact. You get to meet the artist, you get to meet the person, you get to discuss, talk. So I felt movies have become very one-dimensional. Like you go watch, go home, write review, and tell your friends. But here you get to talk to the artists, the performers, the people, the audience, stay back, interact. Like so many things are happening because now our world is becoming so digital and online. Now people are saying I'm done with online.
Yeah, people are like kind of understood.
Like this is enough. Like I need human interaction. So I think that we are at the right time, at the right space, building the right community, and I think there's a lot of scope to it.
So what do you want to tell to all the artists out there?
I would be like, there is so much of opportunity now to grow as an artist. And it does not be that, you have to be the best. No, you strive for being the best, but you start trying it now. So if you are good at music, you are good at storytelling, you are good at poetry, you're good at making short films, whatever it is. You have that opportunities right now, you have the gateways right now, and Spotlight Socials, we wish it is a gateway to achieve these things.
Yeah.
So right now we have ourselves put in all our money and invested in this, so that we are like, we will be our own investors. So people will come and say, you know what, let's try it out, let's do it. And we are hoping that artists see that as an opportunity and say that, you know what, these people have done it for us, let's give it a shot. And people are responding. Like if you put in your hard work and pure talent, people are ready to come and watch and be happy and thankful.
That growth is happening.
Right? Like last time we did this Halloween stand-up comedy, and there was this one girl who came from, she's a Malayali, but she came from Faridabad.
Okay.
And when we were performing, she's the only one who looks, she's not laughing. So I was feeling very bad. I was like, she's not laughing. I hope she's enjoying. So when the show got over, I asked her, like, did you enjoy? I was having a great time. I said, I got scared of you. I thought you were like, you are upset. She said, no, my face is like that, but I was having a great time.
Oh, yeah.
And she was very thankful. So I felt like, there are people who are very happy to come and try these things.
I want to ask you a different question actually. You've been the part of a lot of startups. How do founders look at their projects? Like, what are the kind of values and conscious decisions they should take towards making something new?
So, one thing is that you need to think of it as a long-term game. It's not something that you just do now, it doesn't work, let's close. It has to be something that you've thought it through, like, okay, we're going to do this. All the dominoes are lined up, everything is set. And you have a plan that, okay, I can run this for as long as I can.
Yeah.
And cross every bridge. As a team, we cross together. So that is more important. So once you achieve that aspect, then you can build and grow. So think of it as that, okay, I want to do this surely. So like we have another business, Neha and I have another business with homestays. So we have Airbnb. Yeah. We have one, and so even though everybody put in money to build homestays, we are like, no, we'll just make one kutti one and keep it running. Keep it running and let it float and continue building. We need to build the reviews, the people, the feeling, the back end. And then once the community is built up, then we can think of the next steps. So that consistency, we are running for 3 years now. And 3 years has been great reviews. And even though the profit margin is not very big, but it's functioning. It's, it's doing its job. Similarly with Spotlight, and what we want to do is build the consistency. We want to outlive other spaces that are there just because we are committed. That is our passion. Like we want to keep it consistent. You need to have the values. You need to have trust with each other.
That's very important.
So one thing as founders, maybe we fight with each other, but there is so much of trust. Like because you'll all have challenging ideas. One person might think one thing, the other person will think another thing. But when you come together, one thing is there that, do I trust? Yeah, that trust is the most important.
And there'll be instances where you kind of
question. No, you might make a mistake. That is fine. But if you break the trust, that hurts. Because then you lose that, because in the first startup that we had, trust was broken. That collapsed the business. If trust was not broken, we would have stuck together and built it together.
How do you ensure the trust is not breaking?
It's how you grow that relationship, right?
Do we need to come up with a framework of working together? Or
not really. I think the main thing is that we are able to tell each other honestly. Like I make mistakes, Neha makes mistakes, all the other two make mistakes. But to say, oh, I made a mistake, okay, we fix it. And we've been making mistakes as we went, but then we resolved it, fixed it, continued it. Resolved it, fixed it, continued it. And then that's how you learn. You can't learn anything if you don't make a mistake.
That's
or
true,
you
right?
try something, it doesn't work, try it differently, fix it. So as you grow, you are able to build that together and then figure it out.
Yeah.
So you build it nicely.
I mean, I know you are a stand-up. That's what you are passionate about. But I see your passion towards making things as well.
Yeah.
So I'm admiring the part that you are someone who is committed to.
Yeah, 100%.
I want some advice for people, some new founders, because I see when people start something, sometimes they look at only how to make money out of this. So that is the first thing they want to answer, the first question they are answering. But I see you different. I mean, from our interactions, I know you value money as much as it has to be. But you have a different way of approaching things.
Yeah. Like if you talk about going into the startup field, if you start immediately thinking that I need to make profit right now, it is a very bad approach. Like whenever I talk to friends, they never ask me, how is Spotlight doing? They'll ask me, are you making money?
Yeah, that's
out
question.
of it.
Yeah.
And I always answer like, we are making too much money.
Yeah.
I always answer, no, because the job is not about, you're not asking the right question. You're asking me, is it growing? Is it going big? And if you look at any major company, you look at Amazon. Amazon has never shown profit.
Yeah.
Because it invests money back into the company. So if you look at it, it barely shows or it doesn't show profit, and different companies operate like that. So it is not about telling me how much green I made, but it's about how you grow your asset. So if, let's say that I want to open a restaurant. My personal experience, don't start with a restaurant, start with a little chai kada. See how that grows. Then you say, okay, now I know I understand the process, I understand the economics of it. Then I'll go to the next step. But then you need to understand how long can I take this next step. To give an example, I know a couple of friends who put in a lot of money to build a very fancy restaurant. But once they started the restaurant, they couldn't survive for 2 months.
Yeah.
The costs were so high. So then they had to shut shop. Because they are hoping that, it'll be great, but it takes time. So anything you do, especially with business, it will take time. So be ready, like this is something that you wake up in the morning and you want to do this and you go to bed at night and that's all you can think of.
That's all you should think of.
Yes, that's all you should think of. And that's what it should be. So that is how, and that's the kind of people you should have with you.
Yeah, that's what I was to ask. What kind of people that you want to be surrounded with?
Yeah, people who are passionate, like Juban and Vishnu and all, they have given their heart and soul into this, built it for last 7-8 years. So they've put in everything. So that's why you want that kind of people, like who have, Vishnu gave a job in Oman, tells everybody. But it's true, and he's sacrificed that to build this community, to follow his passion. So it's amazing that people are doing this. Then you want people who have, I want to be the biggest comic, or I want to be the biggest singer, the artist, everything. You take Hanuman Kind now, right? One song he made now, it's crazy.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I think there's a lot of potential to hit that market, and Kerala is being recognized globally, not even like, let's say India, Kerala is being recognized.
Yes.
So I think we are producing talent very well, and I think we have the scope. So I always tell them, I don't know if I can abuse on camera, but I'll say, fuck Bangalore, fuck Chennai. People will be like, I want to come to Kochi and perform and go.
Yeah.
So you want to build that up.
Crazy, yeah. I mean, I can see that happening.
Yeah. And you should tell people, they should attend, invest, because the more people come, property rates will go up, real estate value will go up, everything. Everybody will make money out of it. And we didn't want to do it in Fort Kochi. Everybody says Fort Kochi, but that is a tourist market. We want the regular audience, people who go to jobs, do businesses in Ernakulam. We want to focus on that.
And the right spot.
Yeah, spot is great. So that way, it was a long journey till we came to this spot. A very long journey. It was crazy.
And from your experience, what do you want to advise the new entrepreneurs or founders?
That keep reinventing yourself.
Reinventing.
Keep reinventing. So it will never be that I thought of one idea and that's it. Like, this is my plan, I submit it and this is how I'll grow. You'll keep reinventing it. You see any company, they change their logo every few years. Correct. So you have to keep reinventing, keep redesigning. You take company like Fujifilm. They're one of the biggest film they make photo films.
Yeah.
Till digital came out, they crashed.
Yeah.
You take Yahoo, one of the biggest search engines, they crashed.
Nokia.
Right? Nokia, they crashed. So you keep reinventing yourself. And Nokia, even in an interview, when the CEO said that iPhone will never sell when iPhone started coming out. He said, who will spend this much money on a phone when they can buy a Nokia? And iPhone killed it.
Yeah.
So you need to keep reinventing yourself, rechanging your formats, refixing your plans, and adapting to the market. Even you're taking online space, your Instagram's algorithm change by the day. So you also need to keep changing. Yeah. So you need to keep doing that. So I think you have to keep reinventing yourself. You
That's
take
really good.
you take even these restaurants in Kochi, like you take Vrindavan. If you look at it, they also keep putting new things. Even the food will be the same.
Color is changing.
Color is changing. They are putting new things. They are redesigning it. They are adapting it. So you have to keep adapting to the market, and never sit back and say, "Oh, now I own it." It'll crash anytime. So you have to be very careful. So
Nice.
yeah. Okay.
Want to say something else?
No, nothing. I think that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, something
yeah,
planned?
yeah.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Gentlemen, see
Yeah.
you.
Thanks, sir.
That was wonderful talking.